Hi everyone, today I wanted to show you how to make a hat with a smaller brim. I'm starting on top of the hat, and then I'm knitting downwards, and then I make a brim. I'm doing it this way because I have noticed that it's easier to put the stitches from a bigger loom to a smaller loom, so you don't have to pull that hard. You can make this hat in a true knit stitch. Then you start with a 41 packs loom and you continue knitting the brim on a 36 packs loom. I've made some cabbage patch hats and I will explain in another video how I did that. If you want to know when this is going to happen, just subscribe to this channel and you will see in your notification when it's on YouTube. This one I'm going to make with an E-wrap stitch. I am doing this on a 36 packs loom. Starting with a slip knot. Put it on the anchor peg, and then we are going to do a flat drawstring cast on. You wrap it behind the first peg. So actually you are going to skip that one. Yarn in front, skip 2 pegs, yarn in front, skip 2 pegs, and so on. We're at the first peg again. We wrap the yarn in front of it, and we, just like a sort of flat knit, we knit the stitch. Then you wrap, or you do your yarn in front and you skip 1 peg, you knit 1, yarn in front, skip 1 peg, and you knit 1. And just continue until you have done this whole row. Okay, we're at the first peg again. You just lay your yarn in front and you knit the peg. You knit the second peg and you knit a third peg. Yarn in front, you knit a 2 and you just continue knitting until you have knitted all the pegs of row 3. And then all the stitches will be on the loom. When you want to make a hat that exactly fits, just put a measuring tape on top of your head, pull it down to the ears, and then decide where you want your hat to be. And that's your amount of inches or centimeters that you are going to knit. I'm now continuing in E-wrap, and I'm just going to E-wrap until I have 23 centimeters. On the other movie I did the cast on an even pack loom, and then you will have a different come out, so I will show you to do it on a odd pack loom. This is a 31 and you also have a 41 pack loom. So you yarn in front, skip 2, yarn in front, skip 2, and so on. Same way as I showed you before. So we still have to skip the 2 pegs, and then we lay the yarn in front of the first peg. And on the other loom it was 1 skip and then lay. You always have to lay when you have wrapped the yarn 1 time, lay in yarn in front of the first peg. So if you take notice of that, you always do it the right way. So that is what is happening, and then you continue doing what you were doing. So wrap the first peg, and you see this one is, and you do the same thing. And when you're almost there, this is your last stitch, so you wrap it over, you skip it behind, and then you will see that it is just exactly the same as the others are. So, and then you're just going to continue the hat by e-wrapping or doing a true knit. Okay, I already told you that I wanted my hat 23 centimeters, around 9 inches. That's including the brim. And you know, this is the top of the hat with the flat drawstring cast on. You can already put at the tail's end, and then you get a nice top of the hat, which you're going to weave in later. You put your centimeter on it, and you see I've already knitted 19 centimeters. That is around 7.5 inch, because I want to have a brim in that 23 centimeters or 9 inches. And my brim was on a smaller loom, because when you make a slouchy hat, you can use this. Of course, then you use the loom that is fitting around your head, and then make a slouchy. So the hat is some bigger. But sometimes the hat is fitting and the brim is too small, and when you make it on a loom with more pegs, then it is too wide where the brim is. So this might be a way trying so your hat is fitting perfectly. What do you need? I'm always using a circular needle. You can also use a piece of scrap yarn, of course. And my circular needle is half the size my yarn is. My yarn is for size 6. I've used 3 strands to make it a size 6 yarn. So my circular needle is for needle 3. I'm just going to pull the stitches off. This is the starting point. So I'm starting at stitch 1, and this is where my working yarn is on the last stitch. Take the stitches all off the same way. That is easier while putting them back in the first. The first 2 stitches you take off, pull the needle through. In the beginning it is not that easy, but just by pulling 2 stitches at a time it will work fine. And then you will notice you can pull more stitches off. And because we are going to put the stitches back on a 31 pegged loom, this is a 36, and when you're starting on the 41 you have the same, then you also have to make a little mathematics just by calculating on what peg do I need to put 2 stitches on. I'm doing it from beneath the stitch. You can also do it the other way, but then you have to look on how to put them back. And take all the strands of the stitch. Oh, just this is what could happen. You put the knit work on the back and just remove it slightly and gently. So we're almost there. Oops. I'm taking it off like this, so my purl wrong side is at the inside. So on the other loom you have to do that too.